Alright folks, Kip Carter back at you. And if you stuck around after our cruiserweight ladder match just a few moments ago, you witnessed the making of a bonus match here at AoW Breakout. There was word of a disturbance backstage. Our cameraman got back there to witness Joey Cage and Jason Ryder beating the absolute hell out of each other. Our cameraman Jimmy got took out in the action, but we were able to tap in to the security cameras where these two men continued to brawl. We were told security finally got back there and separated these two, and the general managers have now added this as an official bonus match here to Breakout tonight. And it's going to be a last man standing match next. And first, making his way to the ring, he is the legend killer, Joey Cage. These two men met back at Elevate in the AoW Elevate tournament to determine the #1 contender for the AoW World Championship here tonight at Breakout. It was Joey Cage able to take out Jason Ryder. Ryder apparently not too happy about that, confronting Cage in the locker room in the backstage area where a fight ensued. The general manager of Alpha making this match officially a last man standing match. And making his way to the ring from the Upside Down Cafe, Jason Ryder.
When a man's heart is full of deceit, burns up, dies, and a dark shadow falls over his sins. From the ashes of a once great man has risen a curse, a wrong that must be righted. A story's not always dead. A story's not always dead. A story's not always dead. Vindicator, regulator.
And Ryder looking for revenge on Cage for eliminating him from the AoW Elevate tournament. Our Alpha general manager refusing to let his show dismay into chaos. And this match is underway. Cage has Ryder backed into the corner. Remember, the only way to win this last man standing match is to be the last man standing. You have to knock your opponent out where he cannot answer the referee's 10 count. These two have already been brawling backstage. And it's far from over as these two continue to try and completely tear each other apart. Cage plants Ryder with that reverse DDT. This match was not scheduled to be an official match here tonight. But seeing these two men tear each other apart back in the back, Beautiful angle slam there. Shades of the Olympian Kurt Angle. Ryder going to the top rope. He's always dangerous from up here. And a picture perfect splash from Jason Ryder. Still early on in this fight. I don't know if either of these two men even care about victory here. They just want to tear each other apart. Incredible strength there from Cage. Well, they call Joey Cage the Legend Killer. And Jason Ryder, definitely a legend. Not so much here in AoW so far. I mean, he's only been here for a little over a year and hasn't quite grasped glory yet. But there is no secret. If you want to see what Jason Ryder is all about, if you want to see how dark, twisted, and sadistic this man can be, then go to Facebook, tune into Forbidden Championship Wrestling. Joey Cage also competes on that show. Several superstars here in AoW have shared contracts with Forbidden Championship Wrestling. So if you like what you see here, definitely hop on Facebook, tune into Forbidden Championship Wrestling, and you'll see a lot of your favorite superstars here from AoW there as well. Joey Cage started here in AoW, made a name for himself, and is trying to prove his worth in Forbidden Championship Wrestling. Jason Ryder started in Forbidden Championship Wrestling and is trying to make a name for himself here in AoW. So this is probably the closest thing we've had to an official AoW versus FCW match by superstars that compete in both. But when you look at both of these men's origins, there's no secret how talented both are. And is Ryder in trouble here? Is Ryder going to be able to answer the 10 count? Referee at 8, and Ryder just able to move before getting kicked back to the ground by Cage, and the 10 count starts over due to Cage's interference. Both of these men, as well as many of our other superstars, have competed in the indies. They've competed in multiple E-Feds across the world. Jason Ryder, also a member of the new show put on by one of our official sponsors, Review Geek 3000. They've started their own wrestling show, Total Knockouts. Had the Queen of the Ring tournament not too long ago. You can catch Jason Ryder on that show as well. I mean, this is a very talented individual. Oh, and there it is, Cage Cutter from Joey Cage. And I think that's it. Ryder looks to be in trouble now. Cage Cutter out of nowhere. And Joey Cage standing over Ryder like a hunter over his trophy. And Ryder, what's it going to take to put Ryder down? Ryder back to his feet. And both men back and forth exchanging blows. Cage with a drop kick taking Ryder to the mat. And again, it's Ryder laying on the mat trying to answer the referee's 10 count. And so far, it's been the Legend Killer who's been in control in this match. We've seen Ryder was pretty much in control backstage. But now Joey Cage says this is his territory. And has Ryder in a bad way. Ryder again on the outside of the ring trying to answer the referee's 10 count. And I don't know that he'll make it. But Ryder has shocked us so many times throughout his career. This is a very, very hard man to keep down. You know, it's obvious from his entrance, Ryder grew up a huge fan of the Stinger. But this guy gives me flashes of another legend. I see a lot of Mick Foley in Ryder. Maybe not the size and the stature. Ryder in a bit better shape than Foley. But Ryder will do anything. He will put his body on the line. There's nothing Ryder won't do to try to take out an opponent. And we've seen Ryder take beating after beating here in AoW and continues to just get back up. He's fought some of the most dangerous monsters in men here in AoW. And has stood his own with all of them. And now Ryder able to get Joey Cage to come to the outside of the ring. And now we're back in Ryder's territory. You see as the match moves from inside the ring to the outside, it's Jason Ryder's playground. Just like in the back, we've seen Ryder just dismantling Joey Cage. But once it started breaking down to a traditional wrestling match, Cage able to take advantage. He just caught Ryder with a big back suplex on the outside and escaping right back to the ring. Cage, great ring awareness, great intelligence, high IQ. This kid knows this business inside and out. And I think Cage thought he had Ryder put away finally there. Ryder again answering the 10 count. And Cage going outside to put in some more damage. And it's like deja vu all over again. Cage in the ring, standing tall, waiting for the referee to get to 10. And again, Jason Ryder beats the count. Oh, and a thunderous drop kick right into the side of the ring. You have to wonder the damage that may have did to Ryder's back there. And this doesn't look good. Ryder face down, hasn't moved. And now he's starting to stir. Ryder again. The will and determination of this man. Refusing to quit no matter what Joey Cage throws at him, and Joey Cage just throwing a hell of a lot at him. Again, Ryder's down, Cage in the ring, referee trying to reach the count of 10. And for a match that wasn't even scheduled to be part of our show here tonight, this has been one hell of a fight. Russian leg sweep from Ryder. Is that going to be what it takes for Ryder to turn momentum around? And now the tables have turned, and it's Cage flat on his back. Ryder standing tall in the ring, and the referee is starting his count. Cage able to get to his feet, But instead of pursuing Cage, Ryder calls him back into the ring. And that may have been a mistake. Modified cage cutter. Joey Cage doing everything in his power to take Ryder out here. Modified version of his cage cutter right there. And Ryder still not moving. And he's answered it again. Ryder back to his feet. And what a maneuver from Jason Ryder to fight his way back in this match. Just vaulting over his opponent for that reverse DDT. Right hand from Ryder. Now Joey Cage with right hands of his own. Modified cage cutter once again. And we've seen Joey Cage go to that modified cutter many times whenever the regular maneuver seems to not be working to put his opponent away. But one thing we haven't seen is many superstars get back up after that modified cage cutter. We've seen Ryder get back up from it now 3 times. And Ryder's down. Joey Cage definitely has the advantage so far in this contest. But you have to think the frustration is starting to get to Cage. And Ryder's right back up and fighting. Runs right into an elbow and Cage takes him down again with a clothesline. And this is becoming hard to watch. Jason Ryder not even really fighting anymore in this match. Just surviving is what Ryder's doing. But he's not quitting, that's one thing for sure. Jason Ryder fires back. Powerbomb into a backbreaker. Ryder's hurting. But so is Joey Cage after that maneuver. Ryder laying in wait, hoping that was enough to put Cage away. You have to think the winner of this contest will climb up the rankings and get themselves back in the world title picture with a victory here. Although this is not an official #1 contenders match. So, neither one of these men will be challenging the world champion next month at Unleashed. But you have to think it'll definitely raise them in the rankings and put them in a better spot for an opportunity in the future. And again, Ryder is down. And you have to think it's starting to get to a point where Ryder might want to save this one, take a rain check, live to fight another day. You don't want to shorten your career here. Oh, and a big shot there from Ryder, sending Cage into the crowd. And Ryder saying he's still got some fight left in him. Vertical suplex there on that back of Joey Cage. But Cage just so quick, so dynamic, so skilled, picture perfect drop kick. And Ryder's right back where he started. And that time Jason Ryder was ready for it. Oh, and he could be going for the upside down pie. Upside down pie from Jason Ryder. And the tides have turned. And Cage just able to beat the referee's count. Ryder staying on top of him, kicks him back down, and the referee restarts his count. Is Cage gonna make it? No. Ryder's got it. And there you have it, folks. Jason Ryder got very little offense throughout this contest. But just like his music says, his story is far from over. Ryder taking a full-on literal beating, but kept getting up.
From the ashes of a once great man,
Connected with that upside-down pie.
that must be right.
And the legend killer Joey Cage is left eating the cake. Or pie, I should say. And for a match that wasn't even scheduled to be on our cards here tonight, this was one hell of a fight, one hell of a performance, one hell of a demonstration of resiliency by that man. Jason Ryder walks away victorious, an avenger for his loss at Elevate. And you have to think it won't be long before we see Jason Ryder in the AoW World title picture. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got more coming to you live, coming to you next here on AoW Breakout.